With a huge $150 million budget, the producers have certainly thrown everything they could at Pokémon Detective Pikachu. But can the first ever live-action Pokémon adventure really live up to the high expectations of its global audience? Pokémon Detective Pikachu is the first live-action Pokémon adventure that I'm sure will delight the millions of gamers and anime fans that have grown up with the characters, despite its mediocre story and rather flat human characters. Visually, the film is stunning, which is what you get with a $150 million budget, some strong talent in front of the camera, and an impressive lineup of Oscar and BAFTA nominated production crew behind it. The film is directed by Rob Letterman of Monsters vs. Aliens and Goosebumps fame, and stars Deadpool's Ryan Reynolds as the voice and facial motion capture for Detective Pikachu. The film also stars Justin Smith, who we saw recently in Jurassic World: Fallen Kingdom, who plays Tim, the estranged 21-year-old son of Ryme City cop Howard Goodman, who finds himself on a quest to look for his missing father and reluctantly becomes Pokémon partner to Pikachu. Lady Bird's Catherine Newton plays Lucy, a wannabe TV news reporter who's desperately seeking her first big story and who's accompanied by Psyduck. Bill Nighy plays Howard Clifford, the disabled genius entrepreneur behind Clifford Enterprises, which has Ryme City in its pocket. And Ken Watanabe, who received an Oscar nomination for his performance in The Last Samurai, appears as Detective Yoshida, a veteran Ryme City police officer who has Snubbull as his Pokémon partner. Pokémon, known as Pocket Monsters in Japan, was launched in 1996 and centres around the lovable Pokémon creatures, which humans, who are known as Pokémon trainers, try to catch and train to battle each other. As soon as it was launched, Pokémon became an immediate sensation, with sales that have so far clocked up over 300 million games, 25 billion trading cards, an anime television series, as well as animated films, books, Magna Comics merchandise and apps. The story begins when ace Ryme City detective Harry Goodman goes missing, prompting his 21-year-old son Tim to return to the city to try and find out what happened. Harry's former Pokémon partner, Detective Pikachu, a fast-talking, wisecracking super detective, pushes his way into Tim's uncoordinated investigation, and soon becomes Tim's Pokémon partner, when Tim discovers that he's the only human who can hear him speak. Tim joins forces with Lucy to chase down the clues to his father's disappearance as they crisscross Ryme City, a modern neon-lit metropolis that's a mix between New York, London and Tokyo, where Pokémon and humans live quite happily side by side. They soon find themselves wrapped up in a devastating plot that threatens to destroy the human and Pokémon universes. If you're looking for deep and meaningful, you're not going to find it here, but then 99% of the audience wouldn't be expecting to find it either. But if you're looking for 104 minutes of escapist adventure with impressive visual effects, then you've come to the right place. The Pokémon characters are absolutely cute and immediately lovable. The human trainers, on the other hand, are not quite so. Ryan Reynolds, Justice Smith, Catherine Newton and Bill Nighy are talented actors for sure, but the material they were given to work with was weak. The characters were flat and uninteresting. You didn't get to know them particularly well or get to see into their lives. They only seemed to be there to add a layer that would allow the cuddly Pokémon to have a story to play with. The effects were stunning, which I guess is why the film would cost a whopping $150 million. I suspect that the producers will find it difficult to break even at the box office. Visually, the film was a treat, but that's no surprise when you see who was behind the camera. The wonderful cinematography, I felt, added depth and mood to an otherwise flat story, and the film's cinematographer was John Matheson. John received Oscar nominations for his work on Phantom of the Opera and Gladiator. The editors were Mark Sanger and James Thomas. Mark, along with Alfonso Cuarón, won an Oscar for Best Editing for the film Gravity. Production design was by Neil Phelps, whose work includes Pirates of the Caribbean and Dead Men Tell No Lies, and the musical score was by Henry Jackman, who's worked extensively with Hans Zimmer and James Newton Howard, and whose own work includes the Captain America and Kingsman film series. The visual effects were delivered by the Motion Picture Company, whose work includes Wonder Woman, and their photorealistic effects go way beyond the Pokémon characters, including some great scenes when the action really kicks off at the Clifford Enterprises research labs. On opening night, there was a full auditorium at our local cinema. The young audience, clearly fans of the characters and the games, will undoubtedly continue to turn up in their droves to see their heroes come to life on the big screen. There are a few good laughs in the film and the audience laughed at some of them, but overall I didn't sense a huge reaction in the auditorium. As for a rating, it had a weak story with underdeveloped characters, but a great visual feel to the film with entertaining Pokémon, really impressive effects. Overall, I'll give it 3 stars. So whether you're into the latest releases or prefer to go behind the scenes with some of our greatest filmmakers, please do subscribe to our channel. We post new videos every week, so there's always plenty to see. Here's a couple more from Rabbit and Snail that you might want to check out. Thanks for watching. See you next time.